I have 3 very important takeaways from this chapter. 1, ZANKA is strong when he actually gets serious. Very strong. I'm just like, there was no way ZANKA was gonna get overpowered by these weak vandals that we literally just met. Well, they're not really weak, but like it's very early on. So there's no way that ZANKA would be getting punked by these vandals. There's no way. 2, this border that they were talking about, you know, the female vandal, the border she was talking about that Rudo happened to pass in order to get there. Could that have been what we saw when Rudo was falling through the sky and that's why his eye lit up because he was passing through a specific border? Could that be the case? 3, this relates back to ZANKA being strong. Also, at the end of this chapter, it seems like ZANKA his life is on the line, right? That was terrifying. Y'all know what time it is. It's Gachiakuta Wednesday. Gachi Wednesday, Gachi gang. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy ZANKA, and we are here with chapter 13 of Gachiakuta. I know I just uploaded chapter 12 on Sunday. Yeah, I had literally just uploaded it on Sunday. So we're right back with some Gachiakuta. Do I sound better? Do I sound more alive? I feel alive, right? I feel better. But yeah, this chapter was actually pretty good. It took a drastic turn at the end. Gris notified everybody. We need to get Rudo the fuck out of here. We need to escort Rudo the fuck out of here. And ZANKA, you stay and kick the shit out of him. That's how I took it, personally. Crazy part of this whole beginning sequence is the fact that we learned that the Vandals are all givers. Not just one, not just the leader, all of them are givers, which is sick. So not only was we securing an escape route, we also had to get Rudo the fuck out of there because we knew it was a trap already. ZANKA exposes this a little later on, but I don't want to jump too far ahead. And ZANKA gets to, like, you know, low-key interrogating them, telling them like, y'all scumbags aim is pretty much the same. Y'all just want sky people, which is obvious, right? Because the trap was set up from Rudo from the beginning. We talked about it last chapter. That whole thing just seemed fishy in the first place. And ZANKA was even like, well, I know it was a matter of time before you sniffed it out, but I wasn't expecting it to be so soon. He's gonna fetch a hella price if you sell him for sure, and y'all enjoy yourselves for the rest of your lives, right? ZANKA already knew, right? This is what I was saying, like previously, that ZANKA already sniffed it out. He knew that Rudo, it was what was mentioned in the last chapter. He was like, everything has gotten really weird since Rudo came around, and that makes sense because everything has started to shift, right? It was a big shift in how the whole operation, shindig, whatever you want to call it, was going down. That's why they were trying so hard to, like, you know, keep Rudo with people. This is like my own perspective, right? They were trying so hard to keep Rudo with people who are very capable of not only protecting him, but, like, you know, giving him a sense of self and make sure that he gets great training with the Ryos, the Engines, the ZANKAs, the Grises. These are all sides of Rudo that are going to be very important to develop, which is why it's cool that K. Urana just drizzled this whole sequence in there. The Vandal chick was just like, we do not seek that kid to be sold. We want to know more about the heavens. For that sake, wouldn't it be better to hear it directly from the sky person? How could they have survived crossing that border alive? ZANKA was just like, border? I don't care about the heavens anyway. After all, the request is a trap to lure Rudo to begin with. And there ain't a barren beast, right? See, and this is what I was saying, right? This is what I was saying. ZANKA already knew. He already knew, which is why he wasn't, like, too keen on the idea of going into the building in the first place. That was made very apparent in chapter 12. But let's go back to this border talk, because that may be what the leader of these Vandals that we saw in the last chapter, that we saw a few chapters ago, that may be what he wants to know. His goal may be to get up there, but not many sky people have survived the fall, right? The fall from the abyss, in order for them to gain that information, which I think is sick. But yeah, the border. Is that the plane between where the sky people are and, you know, the people who are actually on Earth? That open space that we saw, and that's why Rudo's eyes lit up, because that was like his, like, access key to getting past the border. Maybe Rudo was born with something that was able to get him across. I don't know. It's a lot to that, but let's keep going. And ZANKA ends up facing off against these Vandals, right? The female uses clay dolls, which I thought wasn't a barren beast, right? I thought that they were able to create a barren beast, but honestly, she's just a puppeteer, right? She's a puppet user. ZANKA ends up going toe to toe with these motherfuckers, but it's not very even at first. ZANKA starts getting pieced the fuck up, bro. And I'm like, oh no, this is no good. ZANKA, you gotta do something, because dude just popped out the sand and whopped his ass, bro. Just whopped his ass. Like, the cool part about this fight is that he was even able to like mold himself inside one of the clay dolls. It's like a game of hide and seek, right? Are you gonna find him amongst all these other clay dolls? Fuck no. It's gonna be hard, especially if she molds them all the same and he's only inside one and you'll never know which one it is. And the chick even let him know, like, letting your guard down and forgetting I exist. Well, I don't blame you. You deal with those huge aberrant beasts, so you're not used to the smaller human-like ones, are you? Which was crazy. So ZANKA, I think this was a plan where he was just like, you know what? I'm gonna just get my ass beat so that way I can figure out what you guys use. Not the smartest of plans, but like, you know, it works. This was the turnaround, right? The shorty was like, if we immobilize you, it's our victory. So sink deeply down there on your own. While you're at it, that sky person, he immediately was like, ha, what a drag. The typical Shikamaru line where the motherfucker decides to get serious. It's irritating how y'all are hard-headed, but when I shut up and watch, I got the hang of it. And this is what I was just like, yo, he's probably just taking these punches, getting the shit kicked out of him so that way he can figure out how things work. He already figured out that the woman is a shovel jinky user that manipulates mud, and realized that the bald dude, he just put on snowshoes so that way he can walk through the mud and not get caught. And then ZANKA gets serious. He gets to explain it, how well he knows his jinky. He perfectly memorized the weight, smell, the feel, talks to it every day, takes it out to lunch, makes it dinner, gives it a bath, you know, the usual. And then he does this move. He does this move where he sticks his jinky into the ground, and I think he either uses sound waves. I think those are sound waves, or maybe it's just, you know, like fucking vibrations to spot out the Vandals and immediately dispatches them, bro. There was no competition. Sure, like he was getting the shit kicked out of him, but that was all a part of his scheme. And then we are hit with the harsh reality that the boss of the Vandals is right behind him. That was so unfortunate. I was heartbroken. I'm like, what the fuck? That's not even fair. Like, what is he supposed to do? You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck was he supposed to do there? I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but if this is the guy that we saw, I mean, obviously, look at the jacket. He's got the lock shits on his dreads. Bro, we might be saying goodbye to ZANKA very fast. Here's the thing, and this is where we get into speculation mode. Speculation mode. Rudo is coming back. That is for sure. That's like one of the two possibilities that I could come up with. Rudo and Grits are gonna come back to assist ZANKA. They're not gonna let him go down like this. Or Engine is already somewhere in the vicinity with his binoculars like he was in chapter 3. And he's just sitting there watching, waiting to take aim and snipe this bastard. Another thing is, we saw this guy as like the big bad villain, right? A few chapters ago, we were like, oh, this is the one that we're gonna have to keep our eye on. But what if that's not even the case? What if he's just a grunt and the big bad villain is somewhere else? Oh, I'm so excited. This is exciting as fuck, bro. Let me know what y'all thought about this chapter down below. Let me know if you were disappointed. I thought this shit was dope. It wasn't even about what the Vandals could do. For me, it was about just how strong ZANKA is, which is why Engine wasn't worried, because Engine knew that ZANKA would figure this out. Really dope structuring. I thought it was really fucking dope. We will be back to discuss more later on, because I got a couple of video ideas now that I want to come out with that stem from this chapter alone, right? Like the border. That shit is still like racking my brain right now. So I'm gonna theorize all night on that. I'll be going live on Twitch. You guys can always come there with Gachiakuta related questions. We can always talk about it if you want to. I'm always up for discussion with anything Gachiakuta related. So with that being said, it's your boy, ZANKA, and I will catch you guys in the next video.